Matthew.
Hey, boys and girls.
We have a box.
What have we been waiting for?
What's in the box,
so
Matthew?
many months?
There's Project Exocet over there, missing some suspension components.
I am so excited about this, and we are just going to do an unboxing video.
It's like Christmas in October, baby.
Yes, it is. I've been so excited. We have been waiting for this, and so excited about this. Thank you again, Paco Motorsports.
Oh, I was looking at the box.
That's all right. Thank you again, Paco Motorsports, for supporting Project Exocet.
Paco does some really amazing things, and we're so happy to be using their products on our Rally Hoonigan Exocet build here. That's going to be turbocharged. So our new long travel rally suspension kit has come in. Matthew's going to be doing the honors of unboxing it for us.
I'm so excited. Isn't this like a big thing on the internet? I know my kids, like, they watch unboxing videos of like toys and stuff like that.
I think so. We'll find out. Let's see how this video does.
I don't know how many people are in the market for long travel suspension for a Miata.
Well, hey, maybe after some people checking this out, they may be interested.
That's the goal. Right. Oh, there's our bower. These are the lower ball joints for the front. I just put these on my Miata. They make a nice difference.
And what do they do?
They add negative camber.
That's
front suspension,
which is always wanted on an FR car.
And also when you're raising up the car, that is also adding negative camber when you raise it up. So this is compensating for that.
Adding positive camber.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. Yeah. So these are our lower ball joints. They're just a little bit extended, so it brings the knuckle out a little bit.
Yeah, pop one out. Let's show them.
Yeah. These are going to look nice on our freshly coated control arms too.
After recently testing Matt's car at Lime Rock after switching to these in realignment,
did pretty well.
It drove very, very well for a Miata, and it kind of showed me some of the weaknesses in my all-motor car. So that I'm going to be going to a set of these, I think, as well.
Yep. Good idea. What's next? Bushing. We actually have these. I don't know if the kit that we have, the energy suspension kit we have, is going to translate. These are for the upper rear.
Hold on, Matthew. I'm just showing a little. We've already been doing bushings.
Yep. So, I mean, we might want to go with our red ones just so it matches. But these are for the upper rear control arms, which those are brand new. They come with this kit. Again, the same thing with lifting up your suspension. You're adding positive camber. So Paco provides a rear upper control arm to allow to adjust for that. Oh, look at that.
Oh, we even got t-shirts.
We got and beer bottle opener.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you, Paco. Oh, we got red and blue. I call dibs on blue.
Okay, that's fine. I wanted red anyway.
Oh, perfect.
Sick. All right. Let's see. What are we going to guess this is? Oh, this is Christmas. This is a front upper shock mount, I'm guessing.
Powder coated. Nice little wrinkle texture to it. Zinc hardware.
Yep. And hold on, rubber should be good. Maybe upper, maybe rear. Actually, I don't know. We have to go through everything. But this is all nice. This is all the stuff that they make in-house. I like that coating too. Should match all of our rust bullet stuff.
Yeah. I'll show this one more time close up, but we're doing black glossy rust bullet on all of our components.
Oh, I know what this is. This is one of the things I was really excited about. So this is the rear upper shock mount, which is inverted now with this kit. It inverts the shocks, because if you work on Miatas, you know that Miatas suffer from low travel in the rear. So Paco Motorsports, to alleviate that, they then invert the shock and mount it up higher, like through the actual whole mounting point, to get that extra travel.
Shock mount.
I'm explaining that right.
But the shock body itself is longer, right? And that's
yes.
And they're getting extra travel there. Yep.
Oh, hardware.
Here, there's someone over here.
Yep.
Oh, so this is the extended shock mount. Awesome.
Yeah. So, and there's
I'm looking, and these are the bushings that go through the bottom of the shock, which would technically be
the
on
bottom
top
of the
now.
shock is so this is going to be up here.
Oh, we're getting excited. We're running.
so that's... So we have spacers that go underneath. I'm assuming we're just not going to need those spacers anymore.
No, probably not.
So I don't know if this is the right side or not.
It's okay, but they just to give them an idea.
Yeah, just to give them an idea.
So if you guys remember, I mean, this is the beat up stuff, but here's the bottom of the shock. So technically this will be mounted upside down. I keep missing this here. Through here.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. This is gonna look awesome.
Yeah, shocks are gonna come all the way up there.
It's gonna be like a darn supermoto.
I don't know about this. I don't know if this has been done on an Exocet. I mean, through this hole we can get it to line up, but
we may have to notch the plate a little bit.
That.
Yeah, because the stock doesn't have the bars right there.
So, there's also different mounting points here. We should probably mount everything up before we send this thing up for paint, huh?
Probably.
So, looks like we're going to be doing that pretty soon.
Yep.
All right.
All right, back to unboxing.
These are the mounts for the, looks like this is probably the front. So you know the strut bolt that goes through in the control arm?
Mm-hmm.
This actually just raises up. Like this is the actual like lift.
Okay.
I mean they're adjustable coilovers too, so you can adjust on the actual
What's
shock.
the travel increase?
I don't know off the top of my head the exact travel increase. I know that
We're gonna drop it right here.
Yep. It's adjustable from 1 to 4 inches of suspension lift though.
Wow.
Yeah. Based on the coilovers. But this is just basically, you can buy, if you just want to lift a Miata, you can buy this kit. I think there's something like $300.
Oh, that's not bad at
All
all.
it does is move the shock mounting point up.
Okay.
So this is one of those right here. I don't know if that's the front or the back. So I'm assuming that's what this is going to be too. This is something different. These are the extended rear sway bar end links.
Oh, look at that. Beefy.
Yeah.
Let me see the center section is skeletonized. Nice.
Yep,
I like that.
nice. Yeah, and I think we're just going to run stock sway bars. We've been talking with Mark at Paco Motorsports, and I think we're just going to probably run stock sway bars to start with.
Right, because when you go stiff for sway bar, you're kind of losing roll travel, right? So by increasing the roll stiffness.
Yeah, and we'll see how that translates on track.
Are these spherical or Heim joints?
Just rubber bushings.
Rubber bushings. Oh, okay. Rubber's good. I like rubber.
Yeah, no, that's the kind I like. I mean, I like a lot of those like spherical things. And
I wonder what happens to them though, like when they get dirty and like, I feel like they rust and seize.
We live in the Northeast. I had Heim joint ones, and they ended up clunking after a while.
We're gonna be rallying this thing in the snow this winter.
Springs.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at one of those.
Hyper toe springs. Front. Ooh.
Oh, I like the color.
And they're progressive spring rate too.
Nice. Be able to ride around in comfort. So there's two types of springs. There's progressive, which you're seeing here, and there is linear. So progressive, and I'm trying to speak from this off memory, but they're typically, the giveaway is you have tighter wound coils and wider space coils, and some of them they'll have a fatter base going to a narrow base. That's usually the giveaway. A linear spring is just the same rate of coil all the way around. Progressives, the idea is that when you're riding in a straight line without loading them up during cornering, so putting weight onto them, they're softer. And then as you start to corner and compress the spring rate increases. Now, for most street applications and track applications, me personally, I like linear rated springs because the car is more consistent in its handling behavior. But I will say this, my Z4M down there, which has Bilstein PSS 10s, which is a higher end monotube coilover setup, they give you progressive springs on there. And I wasn't thrilled about that, and the car does drive a little bit wonky, but I don't know if that's so much the spring rate versus just BMWs in general, because BMWs all kind of drive the same, at least to me. Everyone that I've driven, they all have a very similar handling characteristic as they transition into oversteer. But yeah, that car is definitely pretty comfy for an all coilover car. And
I think this thing's going to be surprisingly comfortable with like the bigger tires and everything. Driving it on the street, it's probably going to be comfortable.
there's going to be some squish. So, but this is cool. But this is probably more ideal for like an off-road rally situation. I'm not a rally racer, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to see. We're going to find out.
I'm not worried about it though. Let's put it that
We
way.
got to do some like rallycross events next year.
Yes.
If we're done, I mean.
We're going to be rallying this thing in the wintertime.
Yeah. All right, so those are all the springs. This is another one of the upper mounts. There. Oh, here's the rear control arm.
Everything's packaged so nicely too, by the way.
Good job. Here's the rear control arms.
Oh, nice.
These are completely adjustable.
Oh, this is real race car stuff.
Yeah. And it says Paco on it. I love that.
This is real nice.
Yep.
So these look like this might be cut in a laser, and then they weld the pieces together.
Mm-hmm. That's real
Or in a
good.
plasma cutter, yeah. Beefy.
Do you think we should try and see if the red bushings fit in, or should we just stick with the blacks?
We can try, but we'll do that when we're installing.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, one set of black bushings on the uppers. I don't think are
Yeah,
gonna.
it's not gonna make that big a difference. All right, what else we got? This is another one of the mounting points. Okay, so we got coilover adjustment, and here's the coilovers, obviously. All of our springs.
Oh, I see those shocks. Those look juicy,
They're conies.
but they're not Miata
They're
conies.
not Miata conies. Yep. They were designed, or they were
gonna
purchased,
say
or chosen specifically for this kit.
These are probably a custom. Oh yes.
Stuff. This is so nice.
So is there valving adjustments on these, or are they fixed valving?
I think it's fixed,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. I know some of the conies you actually do the valve adjustment by like compressing the shock and then twisting.
Oh really?
Yeah, some of like, I don't think that's what these are. I think that's designed for, like I had them on my Mazda 3,
Yeah.
and
Big juicy bump stop there.
yeah, they're more for the separate spring and shock type vehicles.
But I'll say this, and especially like on a rally type setup, like if your shocks are valved according to the spring rates that you're running, theoretically you really should not have to make very many suspension changes. The only time you'd have to account for that is by going big grip differences. Now that might be a little bit of a hindrance to us if we put stickies on this, but it's not like the car's going to be perform poorly.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean,
It's so light that like having that much stiffer valving, I don't think is going to really be the make it or break it for it. It's going to be interesting, but again, at the end of the day, we're not building this for a competition car. Although we are going to do some local competitions with it, but we just built it to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Like-
I do want to take it to like track days and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but like honestly, am I really gonna care? Like,
No, life's too short, kids.
Yeah.
Enjoy your car.
enjoy it. Just have fun driving.
And I'll say this: when I got into racing, it was autocross, and I modified the NB Miata religiously to autocross rules, and like I was so miserable.
You know,
It wasn't until I just said I don't really care about this anymore, and just started modifying the car how I wanted it to, and then having a dedicated race car that competed in Spec Miata. That's when I was much happier, being able to do what I wanted.
so the rears, I don't think they're much different than the fronts, but these are the rears.
But versus a stock Miata front to a stock Miata rear, the rears are tiny in comparison.
Yeah, the rears are usually tiny.
You really don't get a lot of droop travel out of a stock Miata suspension, or even and especially you lose some of that with a coilover car and or stiffer sway bars, right?
That's why they do the upper top hats. They try and get a little bit of extra
Yep.
clearance above that.
Yep.
Yeah, this is awesome. I can't believe these are rear shock. These are like normal front shock size on a for a Miata.
Those are bigger than a front.
Bigger, yeah.
Yeah. You know what that looks like?
What?
An RX-8 shock.
Really?
The size of it. I mean, the RX-8 doesn't have the Heim joint on the top of it, but technically this would be the top in our case. But yeah, it's much. The shocks are very, very long. The fronts, even the rears are actually really long too.
Yeah.
But that's why the RX-8 is so wonderful. It has a ton of suspension travel.
You gotta let your suspension do the work.
That's right.
Like people who just slam Miatas, like they don't realize they're just putting their Miata on bump stops in the rears.
It makes it drive much worse.
Yes.
If you care about going fast and you drive on the street, which 99% of us do, there's bumps. And that's the make it or break it for a car that behaves really well and a car that, you know, is bouncing and sliding all over the place, getting upset by the bumps.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's everything.
That's it.
I think just for the sake of, you know, frame modification, we should probably mount everything up. I don't know if that's something.
I was kind of thinking about this while we were filming. Worst case scenario, if it's going to compromise this too much, having to notch it, we can just weld them before we send the frame off for powder coating.
That's true.
Notch it and then weld it. Paco will probably be reaching out to you.
Yeah.
And Derek, Defensive Octopus Derek, will probably enlist your services as well. Paco, thank you so much again. We will keep everyone updated as this build progresses, and we are so excited to keep Project Exocet in motion.
Yep. That's it for this one.
Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this content, give us a like and a subscribe, and share it with your friends. Also, check out slipanglemedia.com and take a look at our webinars, and help support our channel.
Yeah. Maybe other changes happening to the website as well. We might be adding other services. Quinn and I have been like talking a little bit about, you know, potentially trying some other stuff.
We have things in the works, so that's it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.